look at my speaker here real quick.
Normally we don't like you to see us making the sausage.
I know.
Anyway.
Do not look at us. Oh.
Talk among yourselves. Where's it give you a topic? The peanut is neither a pea nor a nut.
This will happen later.
Well, welcome everybody. We're glad you're here, and thank you again, Jim, for hosting us. We're inside today, which will be a little bit ironic because we're going to sing about and talk about sunshine. So who knows? Maybe the sun will burst through. So we're going to start with the opening song, which is "Enter, Rejoice, and Come In." It's the words are on the back of your bulletin, and I think most people know it. Howard, we will sing a cappella, and Laurie will lead us. All right.
You ready?
Yes.
Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your ears to the song. Open your ears to the song. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Don't be afraid of some change. Don't be afraid of some change. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Last one. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Kelly's coming.
Nobody sneaks up on you.
All right, I'm going to wait 2 seconds for Kelly O'Shea. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Tracy,
There's a chair for you right there.
good morning, Kelly.
Betty is still welcome.
Yes,
Yes,
let us know you were arriving.
You couldn't sneak in.
Okay. We just sang "Enter, Rejoice, and Come In" for you, Kelly. I'm going to start with the opening words by Ross Gay. It's a poet that I just recently discovered. Some of you may know him. He was a guest on Krista Tippett's On Being. I know a lot of you listened to that some time ago. And this is how Krista described him. To be with Ross Gay is to train your gaze to see what's terrible, but also to see what's wonderful and beautiful. To attend to and meditate on what you love, even within the work of justice. We practice tenderness and mercy in part because to understand that we are all suffering is one quality of what Ross Gay calls adult joy. To be happy amidst the suffering. So this is a poem of his called "Sorrow Is Not My Name." No matter the pull toward brink, no matter the florid deep sleep awaits, there's time for everything. Look, just this morning, a vulture nodded his red grizzled head at me, and I looked at him, admiring the sickle of his beak. Then the wind kicked up, and after arranging that good suit of feathers, he up and took off, just like that. And to boot, there are, on this planet alone, something like 2 million naturally occurring sweet things. Some with names so generous as to kick the steel from my knees. He's a football player. Agave, persimmon, stickball, the purple okra I bought for $2 at the market. Think of that. The long night, the skeleton in the mirror, the man behind me on the bus taking notes. Yeah, but look, my niece is running through a field, calling my name. My neighbor sings like an angel. And at the end of my block is a basketball court. I remember my color is green. I'm spring.
Chalice. We like explaining chalice to illuminate the world we seek. In our search for truth, may we be just. In our search for justice, may we be loving. And in loving, may we find peace.
So I brought a book today, knowing that we may not have many young people, but we have a lot of young at heart people. And I love that there's not many of us, because this book is meant to be touched. It's got a lot of different texture on the pages. And as you can see, the front part has a cutout, which is kind of cool. It has a lot of different aspects to this book other than just kind of just paper. It's called Monday. Monday is his name. Monday awaits Tuesday. On Tuesday, he thinks about Wednesday. On Wednesday, he feels so small, so very small, that by Thursday, he no longer knows if tomorrow will really be Friday. On Saturday, he's astonished. Sunday passes in silence. So as you can see, one day just flows into another. And then he has friends. Hello, Monday. What would you say to a cup of tea? 1 sugar, 2 spoons? And then he says to his friend, hello, Lester Day. Hello, Tom Morrow. Hello, Monday. I've come to say good day. So as you can see, this book is about mindfulness. His friends are yesterday and tomorrow. Our 3 friends sit at the front of their grand piano. Yesterday plays backwards. Tomorrow plays wonderfully well, and Monday is just delighted. They play for a long time. They have the time. Good evening, Monday. Good night. I am spring, so now we're moving into spring. I am green, I abound. Into the wind, I put its rustling sound. I quiver, timid in the thickness of bud. I am tender, impatient, eagerly awaited. I expand from my leaves to blooms, fill the sky where my laughter booms. So this shows him moving through the seasons. Salutations, I am summer. Through the still golden wheat I make my way while I stay awaiting full ripening. I watch colors deepen as fragrances thicken and intensify. Content, I continue the light of midday through the hours as the shadows steal away, afraid. And then autumn. I am wild autumn. I burn, I blow, I whirl, red and brown, I confound, I surprise, I disguise, I fade away. I fly, I flee. My name is winter. My country grows white with cold and silence. Warmed of frost, my stars shiver, time unmoving, while suddenly the wind lifts up with ice and snow. And then somehow, and I love that you can feel the snow on this page. I'll let some of you touch it.
Is it cold?
It's cold. It's so cold. You got to use your imagination. And then we'll pass around. So Monday sort of loses himself in the snow and he starts to disappear. And then he's nothing but, you can feel his just snowflakes. And then it grows quiet. And you can feel on this white page just his outline, and his friends are looking for him. Monday, 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 they're playing the piano, trying to call for him. Monday, and oh, there we go. Do you remember Monday? He waited for Lester Day and thought about tomorrow. He felt so small, so very small, that he knew almost nothing about Thursday or Friday. On Saturday, he smiled dreamily. Sunday passed in silence. And the following Monday comes, albeit a little different. Monday is his name. So his friends, well, you can make of it what you will, but his friends helped him find mindfulness and connection. And I think we all found that during the pandemic, right? It was one of our lessons. So I'll pass around this maybe later if you're interested in looking. Now I gotta look at our program. Okay, so welcome, and you've done that. So the centering music. So I know a lot of you, this is sort of our UU anthem, perfect for a day where we just have a few people here. If you want to sing along, I would love for you to. Spirit of life, and I don't have the words, I'm sorry, Jenny, for you. Some of
Number
you,
123.
no, they're not on there.
123. 123.
So if you have a book, it's 123. Okay. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. It helps starting low, right?
Yes.
I know it does for me.
And if you like, come forward and tell us your specific joy or sorrow, or feel free to drop a stone inside.
Our joy is our daughter, granddaughter, visiting us for a good Rachel.
This stone is for my mom. She was recently diagnosed with myelopathy, and she is awaiting a date for a 5-hour surgery to remove her cervical spine. Without the surgery, she wouldn't live much longer. So it's pretty blunt about it. So she's 83. And anytime you have surgery at 83, it's scary. And so that's what the center treatment.
And Jim, I have a couple of, somebody opened the door for Eddie and me on the back there. Okay, I have two stones.
One is for Tim and Denise. Some of you probably got the message today. Denise is having severe pain. Tim was taking her to the hospital, so they just struggle in general. So let's continue to support Tim and Denise, everyone we can. And then the next stone is for Harvey. Harvey is doing the best he can, and he couldn't be here today. And thank you all for coming. Glad you're here.
Thank you for hosting.
Anyone else?
This is for Jim. Thank you for having us.
And Harvey gets a second.
This is for Connie Lyon, who is doing well, thanks to everybody who has helped out with her. And she's come along very well and looks forward to coming back with us soon. I brought this fine stone for all the concerns and joys that we have in our hearts for the church.
I'm going to switch things up a little bit. It says meditation, sunshine on my shoulders, but we're going to sing sunshine on my shoulders first. And then I'd like to offer a meditation that it's perfect for today because it has a visualization of warm sunshine on your shoulders. And we could use that. Probably not yesterday, wouldn't have been so great because the sun was so hot. But today, yeah. You can take a little sunshine. So I actually have the song on my computer, and I have a speaker where everybody can hear it. So, and you have the words. Sunshine on My Shoulders by John Denver. You don't have to sing if you don't want to, but sing if you like. Lost my connection to my speaker.
On my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me cry. If I had a day that I could give you, I could give you the day just like today. If I had a song that I could sing for you, I'd sing a song to make you feel this way. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry.
Sunshine on the water, so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. If I had a tale that I could tell you, I tell a tale sure to make you smile. If I had a wish that I could wish for you, I'd make a wish, sunshine all the while. Sunshine. Sunshine in my eyes to make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. Sunshine almost all the time makes me high. Sunshine almost all.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
I say yes to the song.
Love one another. This is church.
Yeah.
Right in church, we have a covenant
That's right.
about that. Worked hard on it.
Yes, we did. So let me put my computer away here. And we are going to settle ourselves for a meditation called the Sunshine Meditation. It's really mostly about gratefulness. And I just have to say a note about that song. That song is, John Denver's song is so near and dear to my heart. Most of you know that my husband and I adopted 2 children from Russia many, many years ago. They were 3 and 4 when we adopted them, and they are now 29. But, so it was a minute ago. It feels like a minute sometimes. And I used to sing the song Sunshine on My Shoulders to my kids before they went to sleep. And I will never forget Dasha, that's my daughter's biggest smile. She loved it when I sang. It wouldn't have mattered how I sang, she just loved it. So every time I hear that song, I think of that smile. So this is a gratitude meditation, and I actually have it recorded if you want to go back to it. I have some meditations that are on my website. It's all free stuff. It's my work of love. But it's a good meditation to use in the morning, waking up with the sun. I know some of you do that. And if you don't, that's okay. The sun can arise when you want it to with enough visualization. So let's take a few moments, put your books down, let your hands be free, rest your hands. You can keep your eyes open or close them if you'd like. And we'll take a deep breath in. So inhale and let it go. Maybe another breath in, let it go. Just feel your feet on the floor. Feel your shoulders inside your shoulders. Can you relax them? Let the shoulders sort of drop away from the ears. So often in the morning, our thoughts can be really scattered, especially first thing in the morning, drifting to responsibilities, what we're having for breakfast, and how do I get to gyms, and anything else that vies for our attention. So before the mind wakes up completely, hopefully our minds are completely awake now, but it's nice to create a blank canvas for the day. Taking breaths in like we did, letting them go, clearing the mind of leftover concerns from yesterday and stress about the future, and setting an intention to start a fresh day. So we will do that right now by simply taking your hands if you like and placing them lightly on your belly, on your stomach. You can really feel your breath when you have your hands on your belly. So breathe into them. Feel that energy moving in your body. We call pranayama the breath, the life force. Feeling alert, aligning yourself with the intention to start your day fresh with gratitude. Feel the energy flow underneath your hands, and you can feel it when you take a deep breath. Let that energy spread throughout your body. Holding your hands there at what is considered in yoga your energy center. Visualize the sun now. Imagine it coming up over the horizon. And you see it illuminate everything it touches. You imagine over the world the oceans, the mountains, awakening fields and flowers, the grass. Feel the sunshine warming your body, waking it up. Hear the birds chirping as they greet the sun. See the flowers open and gratefully, taking for the light, lifting everything up. Let every bit of sunlight wash over you and around you. You can release your hands. Feel the sun's warm energy. Open your hopeful thoughts. Now, I want you to imagine that sun just lightly on the top of your head and shoulders. Feel how the sun can almost illuminate your mind, clearing the lingering effects of sleep. And I'd love for you to yourself breathe in and affirm this day by saying, I am grateful for this day. I am grateful for this day. You add some emotion to the words by really truly feeling gratitude, maybe bringing to mind something that just really makes you smile. I am grateful for this day. Offering thanks for the sun that's hiding behind the clouds and will come out later. Feel the gratitude flow through you. I am grateful for this day, for singing with my friends, for being together. Let's move the gratefulness inside with the thought that I am grateful for my body. Feel the appreciation start again at the top of your head, moving down into your shoulders. Moving the gratefulness through your body. I'm grateful for my loving heart and my caring arms. And feel that gratefulness deep in your bones now as you repeat. I'm grateful for my body. Now repeat, I am grateful for my considerate mind. Expressing thanks, I'm grateful for my mind. I am grateful for my mind. Feel appreciation move like the warmth of the sun through your head as you continue to repeat. I am grateful for my mind. Now, I am grateful for everything I will experience today. Say this again to yourself with strong conviction. I am grateful for everything I will experience today, good or bad. Every experience makes us who we are. Welcome the highs and the lows alike, knowing that everything is a lesson. I'm grateful for everything that I will experience today. Every experience is an opportunity for growth. Hold that appreciation in your awareness as you continue to repeat. I am grateful for everything I will experience today. Now let's continue to embody the warmth of a hopeful day with a personal, grateful expression. So I'll begin with these words. I am grateful for. And then ending with the words of your choice. Select anything that could return you to, that you could return to throughout your day for inspiration and a dose of gratitude. I am grateful for holding this appreciation in your awareness. And as we end the session, go ahead and open your eyes if they've been closed, sitting tall, giving the body another stretch if you want to. Breathe, maybe extend your arms, move your feet a little bit. And then we're going to one more sing the chorus for sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me smile. Oh, thanks for playing with me. Thank you for singing with me. So I have talked a lot about happiness at our church. I look back after I chose this sermon topic, I saw that I talked on love and happiness or joy and happiness, and it wasn't too long ago. But there's a reason for this, and it's one that's, just put it up here, it's one that's deeply personal to me. Happiness, I think every family has its happiness baseline, if we could call it that. And the baseline of my family, and I'm talking about extended, is low. And I can say that in a joking way now, but there's a lot of oy veys in my family, and we're not Jewish. I think it's the Irish stuff. But more seriously, there's also a lot of depression in my family, suicide in my family, and I could go on and on. Sadness is a deep river that runs through my family's history. And one of the things I learned as a child was I learned to make my family happy. And that was kind of hard for me. I was really pretty much a shy kid, but if you remember the Gong Show, you remember that? Probably Autumn does it too. The Unknown Comic.
Yeah.
I would do his whole routine. I learned what was it, Bob Newhart's routines. We had Bob Newhart's records. So I became the family comedian. When, it's in school, I was very shy, but I just knew it was my job to make my family happy, to make my mother smile, to make my father smile. And so I've kind of spent my whole life trying to make other people happy. But along the way, I also had to learn how to make myself happy. And that is why I am very serious about happiness. because I was glad to find out when I started my practice of yoga and meditation that happiness is a science. And in the Buddhist philosophy, happiness is can be found through meditation, through mindfulness, and that it takes practice, but it can work. So even if your baseline for happiness is low, where I started from, you can raise it up. And I didn't think that was possible. I thought I was pretty much destined to be one of the, to experience depression my whole life, which I do go up and down. But I have learned when I get low that I have tools in my toolbox. And I like sharing them with other people. I love sharing. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. During the pandemic, I took a course online by Yale. It's on Coursera. I guess I'm saying that. Coursera, or however you want to pronounce it. It's a free course called The Science of Well-Being. Because I'm always curious. I love to read about happiness. And I wasn't alone. Let me get to my notes. I think I was one of 3 million people who took it. It's been their most successful course, the most successful course on Coursera. And a whole bunch of people took it. In fact, when they launched it, it was kind of popular. But then when the pandemic hit and the lockdown started, their enrollment octupled, if that's a word. And people found this course because they wanted to know how to be happy when everything was shut down, when we couldn't distract ourselves with, and I say distract, of course distraction can be good or bad. This is distraction in the best way. But there's a lot of other ways we distract ourselves that maybe aren't so healthy, and a lot of those weren't available to us. So this course went over basically what I already knew, but it just helped back up these different things like meditation and gratefulness and getting good sleep and getting exercise with a whole bunch of research, which I love, by the way. I am a yogi, but I love the science that backs up the fact that these things work because it helps you share it. I know it intuitively, but it helps me share it with people who are not my side of the brain. So I'm going to share with you a couple of the course offerings, and one of them is the very first is to measure your baseline of happiness. So if you're curious, there are a couple of surveys that you could take. One's called PERMA. It's a positive emotion, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishment survey, where you can see what your happiness baseline is. So that's the way the course starts, and it's 23 questions that you take, and you look at, whether you're happy or not at the end. There's another one called the Authentic Happiness Inventory, which is another 24 questions. It gives you your overall, where you're starting from. Because in this course, they want to see where you are when you begin, and then can they make you happier at the end, or are you getting happy? And what I love about this course is that what they say throughout the course, the exercises are called rewirement. I thought that they were spelling it wrong. I thought it was like requirement, and they put a W in there, but it's rewirement. So it's about rewiring your brain. And I'm sure most of you have heard now that, scientists used to think that the brain is pretty much set, by a certain age. They started, it was set at age 3, it was 10, it went up to 22, but now they have figured out that our brains have plasticity and we can change them as long as we live. And meditation, for one, is a way that rewires adds more gray matter to your brain and helps you rewire your thoughts and patterns that you move through in your life. So it starts with this first exercise and seeing where your wiring is. And then it moves on to a couple of exercises that I'd like to share with you. One, which is my favorite, is called savoring. Savoring. So throughout a week of this course, you are to savor something at least once a day. And I want you to stop for a minute and think of something that you savor. A dessert, a warm shower. Okay, you have one? Chocolate.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
A nap.
A nap.
Cuddling down.
Grandchildren.
Grandchildren. See, all these things that you are mentioning, we could do during the pandemic, right? Savoring a chocolate friend, even if it's on Zoom or over the television, telephone, cell phone. So savoring was one of the first exercises, and that was a lot of fun because every day I'm like, okay, what am I going to savor? That was kind of exciting. Another exercise that they had was keeping track of your sleep. That we're supposed to get at least 7 hours of sleep a day. A lot of us don't, but for your optimum health, you should sleep 7 hours a day. You should get 30 minutes of exercise a day. That's another component to happiness. And these things, it's science. You could say, sometimes I go through my day, I think, oh, I'm so tired, and I think, well, I only slept 5 hours last night. I decided I was going to binge watch, my favorite show on Netflix, and then I had to get up and do something. It's, and it's usually a day that I feel sort of sad too, or aggravated, or annoyed, or whatever feeling that's associated with it. Another exercise they had that I thought was a good way to turn around the idea of gratefulness is imagine a worse scenario, the worst scenario, and then turn it around to your scenario. And that, I think, really appealed to people during the pandemic. Because a lot of people thought, well, I'm all stuck in my home and I can't go anywhere. But then if you imagine the worst scenario, hey, you didn't have to drive very far from your own home if you live in this area to see the tent city that was by the highway, during the pandemic. So, worst scenario is I don't as a home. I don't have a job. I don't know how my kids are going to eat. And then turn it around to I woke up this morning, I had a warm shower, I read the newspaper, I'm reading my favorite book, and getting into an activity that I long put off. And I'm not worrying about where my next meal comes from. That sort of turns it around. One of the other activities of rewiring is to write a gratitude letter. To write a gratitude letter. If you were going to write a gratitude letter, think of someone in your life that really made a difference to you, lifelong. Who would you write it to? If I knew her address, and this is the thing about getting old, you're not sure if people are alive anymore. But my third grade teacher, Mrs. Roll, she's my password for a couple of things because she made such an impact on me. She was the one that taught me French words. For the very first time, I got to learn words of a foreign language. It was like learning a secret code. All I knew was pig Latin. Now I know French. Crayon. Hot chalk. Crayon. And her love of French, which she passed on to me, led me to take French, led me to do an exchange program in France, led me to living in the international dorm when I went to college and living with people from all over the world. So I wish I could tell you. So how about you? Who would you write a gratitude letter to? Anybody?
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Naomi saved my life twice. So I'm very grateful. I mean, that at 17 years old, 16 years old, we were together then. She saved me from my friends. Whatever, I got to be a cop. I got saved with them. But we found each other again 20 years later. And I was starting throwing all the parties and doing all the stuff I used to do. And Naomi popped in again. I have much gratitude.
My mother would say she's the neck that turns the head. She's the neck that turns the head. Anybody else? Who would you write a gratitude to? Teacher or boss?
Two French teachers who got me overseas and changed my appreciation of the world. My sister who started a love of dancing in for me.
Anybody else? I see a lot of thinking going on. I'm gonna give you like a few more seconds. Anybody else? Yeah.
My parents who grew up in unconditional love.
She needed it for Eddie. That's what she said. All right, so I promised that I would bring this home to justice, and our spiritual well-being and helping others, which is what we're all about in this congregation. One of the studies that they did in relation to this happiness course was, well, I just need to explain how it works. They polled 600 people to predict how happy they would be if they were given $5 to spend on themselves versus getting $5 to spend on someone else. So the idea of doing something for somebody else rather than yourself. And in the study, people predicted they would be happier if they were allowed to spend money. But the participants that were polled were consistently reported that they were happiest when they spent that $5 on somebody else. They got much more joy out of it rather than spending it on themselves, which I thought was a beautiful way to sort of describe social justice and justice work and volunteer work. It gives back as you give. Right? So that pretty much sums up, be grateful, get some good sleep, right? Meditate or practice mindfulness. What else did I do? I have to go back to my notes. Don't measure your happiness. Oh, I forgot this Viktor Frankl quote. Has anybody read anything by Viktor Frankl?
No, we're reading it on the month.
Are you reading it?
Yeah.
How serendipitous. This is a quote by him. When we're no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. And he's a Holocaust survivor. So, yeah. And then he also says to choose one's attitude in any given experience is our greatest freedom. Choose your attitude in any given experience is our greatest freedom. So the whole idea that happiness can be a choice is, it's trite to say that. Happiness, we all go through hard stuff, right? And to me, I like to use the word joy. To know that joy is always there, waiting underneath the warmth of the sunshine, the connection with a friend. To me, that's the true happiness. Is to know that all is not lost, that happiness or joy can be found. Whatever's going on. And with that, I am ending this.
Laurie, here's a link in the newsletter to that course.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Yeah, if you check that course, send me an email. I'd be curious to know what you think. Is anybody else taking it? You have? All right. Well, our basket has moved around. So
It didn't get back here.
it hasn't moved back there.
Yeah.
Go again.
Just stop.
Okay, let's send it on back that way. And we appreciate these gifts. We know that everybody has been thankful we were going to get the pledges. And we will use these gifts to be ready for our next step. And we have a few announcements to go over. We have to see if anyone else has anything. We do have a couple of visitors. Welcome visitors. We love you. We understand that you can go out and do the rain all year. But it's really, it's so nice. The t-shirts, there's a little more description of them in the bulletin. They're light blue with a full-color logo. And we had already talked about a couple weeks ago that Love Beyond Belief is on that. So I'm assuming that these are unisex sizes.
Actually, I think, what Sandy had said is that the printer will work if you want to be neck or if you want to do it with women's and
Okay.
men's. And, you know, if you'd rather have a V-neck or a V-neck, you can specify.
Excellent. So we just need to send in what sizes we want. That's the, and we talked about the book club. That's up to go. That's the size we do. And the lunch bunch still meeting. Pretty much. And we'll see them down in the weeks that are going to be. So that's pretty good. And we did get an announcement by mail and newsletter about our schedule for August, because we're on the rest of July. So, as I understand it, on August 1st, we will be at the Friends Meeting House at 3 o'clock, and that will be exciting. We'll learn about traditions and beliefs of the Friends, which in talking to several people, we've so done about these people from congregation, we don't realize that we really didn't know much about the traditions and beliefs of others. So we'll get an opportunity to find it out. So that'll be very much exciting. And Autumn, you want to say anything about spiritual exploration for kids?
Yeah, right now over the summer we're kind of just piecemealing it together, but in the fall we're kicking off Harry Potter and the UU for the kids group. And then we're also going to have a teen group that's going to be in person in the fall. And also, other thing, Chalice Circle registration is open for the fall. So we're going to start back up the end of August and beginning of September for multiple Chalice Circle groups.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And yeah, Saturday.
There's going to be actually a multi-generational activity. So,
Yay.
Very funny.
I just want to make an announcement about, moving to the Quaker's house. We are going to need people to volunteer to bring in snacks, but it's gonna be not as extravagant as we were in California. Due to the timing of the, dinner and we're meeting later, much later in the day, so it's gonna be much more simplified. And, also, since I started coming to you in 2014, Connie's not here, but Eddie and Naomi have been doing snacks since then. And they're retiring now, and I think they deserve a big hand.
So we need someone to step in and fill their very hard to fill shoes. Seems like they've done a really good job for us. As they start, it's not such a pleasure for us all to put the time and take from yours, and she's done that so much for us over the years. Well, all that sounds great. We look forward to you then at the first meeting. So if you want to do our third one song, and then we'll distinguish our.
So we all know this song, This Little Light of Mine. I'd love for you to stand up.
Just don't anybody step on the dog.
Yes, be careful of dogs. And the words are on the back of the bulletin if you need them. This little light of mine,
I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
everywhere I go.
Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Even in my home.
Even in my home, I'm gonna let it shine. Even in my home, I'm gonna let it shine. Even in my home, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Last one, when I see my neighbor coming.
When I see my neighbor coming, I'm gonna let it shine. When I see my neighbor coming, I'm gonna let it shine. When I see my neighbor coming, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Those were words from Sam Cooke's I'm Gonna Let It Shine. So may you be at peace, may you be well, and may you know happiness. Namaste.
So what's it like to have? Oh my gosh.